Okay, so this is the road that's behind our property. There's our, no, that's the neighbor's house. There's our house down there. And this, all that back there to that house is our land. And then this is the road that got paved, I guess maybe a year ago. And so the road, the water comes down this hill, travels all the way down until that curve right there, right to the corner of our lot, and then it turns and goes down. So Kerry's building, he's got a bunch of dirt here, and he's building this big berm here across the back of our land so that the water doesn't flow down anymore. It was never really a problem right here, but you never know. So we're gonna fix it all down there and protect ourselves now. So this is all the berm that he's built. This was not here before. This is just a kind of a back driveway that Kerry uses sometimes to get down to the house, and so he's bumped that up a little bit so that the water, because the water was coming down there a little bit. And then this is the original berm that Kerry built, and it wasn't real high, but it was enough that kept it. When this originally started, the water would just go straight down there and travel straight down the back, and so then he fixed it here so it wouldn't, but then it went to the corner over here. I'll send you another video that shows, but it kind of collects right here and then goes around the corner, and then I'll show you. So there's the house again. This is the rock that we're going to put in the back of the dam down there at the bend to keep it from washing out. So there's that corner again. Then all this is just dirt, and the water would come down to, probably about right there. So it trailed down a little bit right here, and then about right here is where it would then head down our land, down there in front of the barn and the garage, down to the front of the street. And that's where we started having, because it would go so fast down through there. So anyway, about right, I guess about right there is where we started, and he put sacks of concrete and then has covered them up with dirt so that they won't wash out. That string there is our neighbor's line that they put up. There's some, you see it goes around the back of the tree there. That's the neighbor's fence. And then there's where it kind of curves around. I'll go back, there's Skittles. Skittles! She's following me. Oh, she saw that other cat. Okay, so it goes back around here. Skittles! And there you can see behind there, that rake there is where Kerry's just for now, until he gets like some mesh or something that's where the water will drain, but he doesn't want it to. And that's our fence there that we put up to just keep the dogs from barking. We'll put that back up when he's done. There's the tin from it. So that's the pipes. Then there's those 3 pipes there, and there's one in the corner that come out. And then they drain down and kind of around. Eventually we're going to have these buried, but we'll have to get a trencher to make a ditch to bury those with. Now that is just a garage that goes with the neighbor across the street. That's just all the stuff we've torn down, and then our house over there. Now we were having some problems too with that water coming down right here. It just has started doing this, and then it goes down that hill. This house over here, that's that garage, and then this really is not our land. Ours ends probably, maybe right at that tree. So this is really this neighbor's here. So anyway, it's started washing down there as well. So hi Kittles. So we will take the water then. This one's already buried because Kerry had that one buried before when we were trying a different plan. But anyway, so then this will come all the way down here. There's the smoker that was it was already here when we got this land, and then Carrie built that little cover over it. But so then that comes down, and then that's all our land too here. And then there's that garage again. So the pipes will go, eventually be buried, but go all the way down to the street. And then we'll walk down there and I'll show you what that does. There's our garden. The deer are eating the top of the peppers, so we've got no peppers. It's doing good in cucumbers, and then, oh, that's tomatoes. And there's lots and lots of tomatoes. And then Carrie said he actually saw watermelon out there today. I haven't seen it yet. But anyway, so eventually all of these pipes, we've got more pipes. We just have to extend those down. So eventually that will go all the way down here to the road too. There's the rest of the pipe. This will go all the way down to the road. And then, unfortunately, where it goes after the road is sort of not our problem anymore. We just have to get it off of us. And ideally, it would be handled in better culverts, but they're not really cleaned out. Or some houses don't have them, or there you obviously see a ditch. But anyway, so it's going to... Eventually those pipes will be buried right there. And then come down here. This is that garage from the house across the street. Now all these houses across the street, directly behind them, is the water. That Bethy Creek. So this house right here has lost a tree and is fixing to lose their fence. That house right there has several pine trees that are hanging on the bank, but just barely. So anyway, the water will come, hopefully, the plan is, the water will come down the path here. We're going to clean out our culvert a little bit better, but then there's where the water comes down that hill. We're kind of on the back side of it, and then it comes, and when it hits here, it crosses over, and then makes a run down their side there. That's what all that washout is, and then goes down into their backyard. But so it'll come down ours. Skittles is still with me. Under our driveway there. Back out our culvert. And there's back up our land again. This is where the water that started up there at the top of the hill would wash all the way down. And this is what we're left with now. Carrie's scooped it all up the best he could. And moved a bunch of it up top and put some of it back up there. But we had a civil engineer come out that said this is just all groundwater because it's just so saturated. It's not soaking in and it's not draining. It's just not going anywhere. So you can see that path there that the water has made. This is our neighbor across the street. Actually, it's just somebody new that moved in. We don't really know them. And then all that sand over there is all our sand. Hi, Skittles. She's following me around. So then over here, it's going to be kind of hard to see because of the sun, but so that's all ours. And then there's the neighbor's culvert there that goes underneath his. So all this, that's where Carrie got the tractor stuck. So all this is washout from up the hill. There's where it's come down. I'll go kind of cross over if I can get up there. The railroad ties used to be there, but they've since kind of fallen off. They were falling off before, but the water didn't help them. It's Carrie mowing, weed eating up there. Draw scope. So this was all completely green here, and then just all the water coming down the hill also has washed away all the plants, all the grass there. So that's the tree that fell over, I guess last year. It just fell over from the roots. The ground was just too saturated to be able to hold it. flyover phone. So anyway, the water, like I showed you from up there at the top, the water washes down the hill here. Washes it just kind of makes, it's kind of made a path here, and there's the roots. And then you see it just kind of trickles down. And then these neighbors down here, these neighbors way, where's my finger? Way down over there. They, and the people next door to them are the ones that are getting, because you see they're kind of at the bottom of this long hill. They're the ones that are getting all the mud, 4 or 5 inches when it really rains, of mud in their basements from our house. There's where the lake is across the street, and that's kind of the path that the water takes. Once it passes us, it goes over there. Some of it flows down what little bit of a culvert there is, but it goes down there. Hi, kiddos. And back up here. So this is that path that it takes coming down. You can see there, Carrie's got another drain there that he put up at the corner up here of that building, a little French drain that catches some water so it's not washing. He's done a pretty good job of kind of keeping it away from the house. It's too fast, so it can't get in there, but anyway, then it washes down. So up there at the kind of corner of that garage is where it starts coming down, and then just washes. And it's done this, I guess, maybe in the last 2 weeks. It was not this bad, but it's just been such big rains and so much water that it just couldn't handle it. Carrie had those blocks up there to kind of hold it up, and you see they've fallen in. There's some sticks that shows you how fast that water's moving when it comes down, and right there is where it comes down and cuts across. It's right there. This is all the limestone that Carrie had. He had put it all along this edge here to keep it from washing out. You can see there's some of it, and a lot of it was down there in the very bottom. Some of it's out in the street where it's washed it all away. And that's that. And then back up there is the corner again of our property where it all starts.